Who decides an actor's market value? A question worth thinking was recently raised by Parvathy Thiruvothu. But I saw many people using this video of Aamir Khan as a response to this intriguing question.
Films, the fact of the matter is that your fee is connected to your ability to fill the theatre.
And that has compelled me to make this video. Now, what he said in the video is absolutely right. Actors who pull the crowd to the theatres will naturally have a higher market value. And since most male actors have that crowd pulling ability, it is them who have higher market value over their female contemporaries. But this response just scrapes the surface of the problem and is incomplete. Have you wondered why is it that male actors have that crowd pulling ability and hence a higher market value over other female contemporary actors? Well, let's examine through something called as first principle thinking approach. It's an interesting approach where you solve the problem by breaking it into simpler elements. So the problem in hand, why don't female actors have the market value when compared to the male actors? Let's go back in time. Over the years, there were certain kind of movies that were made which were rooted in core traditional and patriarchal narratives. In these movies, women lacked a certain weightage. They often took back seats and were supporting actors or supporting characters and object of beauty in the stories of confident, charming men. So why were movies where women were shown as equal individuals not made? Because there was a lack of female storytellers. Men have been at the forefront of making movies for centuries, and they will of course tell stories that they relate with, that they understand, which is primarily of men. If we had more female storytellers, you would have more stories of women having more agency over their lives. And in the rare occasions where there was a movie made with female character at the center of the film, it got labeled as women-centric movies, as if we need a separate genre of movies to show women as independent and capable individuals. So again, breaking down, why weren't there enough female storytellers in the past or even today? Because of prejudices, patriarchal notions, and above all, a hostile and a lack of safe space for women in the industry, as is clear from the HEMA committee report. Speaking of prejudices, listen to what Nandita Das says in this book called F-Rated. So if you want to understand what it means to be a female director in India, this book is a must read. It's a collection of interviews of top female directors across the country. In the book, she says, the prejudices you face as a female director are not blatant. If it were blatant, you could say, excuse me, I am the director, just follow my instructions. But because it's not blatant, it's just about a mocking smile, about the rolling of eyes, of saying something to someone on the side. There is that attitude which is more annoying because you can't address it directly. She also goes on to explain how hard it was for her to make her crew take her seriously in her own set because of these prejudices. In the same book, Farah Khan, who once said that there is no bias against women in the industry, retracted her statement once she entered the 100 crore club. She was the first woman to enter the 100 crore club and she ruffled the ego of the boys in this club, making her call out the sexist attitude of the industry for the first time. A male actor has more say over the script or even who should be cast. Manisha Koirala recently mentioned in an interview that it is the men who decide who should be cast opposite them in a movie. Speaking of unsafe working environment, they are easily a dream killer for aspiring female actors, directors, technicians and others. For young women trying to make it big in the industry, such sexual harassment, such unsafe environment weaken their spirits, making them want to quit the industry, which many have already done. In a recent interview, this woman speaks about a journey of trying to become a filmmaker but getting turned down every time when she refused to sleep around. She heartbreakingly says, despite having the talent, I have not become what I want to because of my gender. The road to having a higher market value is not a level playing field. The journey is much more harder and twisted for women. Women have to fight several battles, making sure that they are safe and at peace, while men only have to focus on giving their best and making an impression at the theatre. Yes, there are women who have a high market value, but the number is nothing when compared to the men who have a higher market value. And the journey for these couple of women was no piece of cake either. They had to work twice as hard to get to that level. Take the case of Nayanthara for example. She was shunned to an extreme that made her quit the industry. She did bounce back 3 years later, becoming the lady superstar, but not every woman have the privilege to do that. Women will easily have a higher market value when they don't have to go through the trauma of making sure that they are safe in their work environment and just focus on giving their best and pulling the crowd and making a good impression at the theatre. So that was the video, guys. I hope you liked it. Make sure you subscribe before you leave and like the video and drop your comments in the comment section, and I'll see you later. Bye.